Hi, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be trying to make an easy money guide for low level players. Okay, so let's just say that you're a low level player, you've just logged onto the game, you're completely new and you have no idea what's going on. So I'm guessing that one of your first priorities is probably going to be, how do I make money in this game? Well, there's plenty of ways to make money. Even as a low level player, you've still got quite a few options. You can either do missions, you can do death matches, you can try races, you can do adversary modes, and that's where you have a team versus team kind of game where you have to usually kill each other. It's quite fun. Even if you're on the losing team, you will still get quite a bit of money for it. So don't worry if you're not very good at playing, because if you're low level, you probably won't be that good at the game yet. So even if you're not that good, it doesn't matter. You just need to practice. And if you're on the losing team, as I said, you'll probably still get quite a bit of money. So it's not the end of the world if you think you're not very good at the game, if you keep missing every shot, because although these missions might not pay very well if you lose, if you keep repeating them, the money will eventually start to stack up, as long as you don't spend too much. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. So this is how to make money. So go to online, go to jobs, go to quick job, and you'll notice you get a load of different things you can do. You can choose to do one of these. The best ones to do are random jobs, missions, or adversary modes. Now, an adversary mode is a team versus team thing, like I said before. A mission is just simply you just go and do something like steal a car, deliver it, or shoot a bunch of enemies. It's pretty easy, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so you'll notice that some missions are on double money and double RP, and what that means is that they're twice the pay that they'd usually be. You can see it with these symbols here, the 2 times RP and the 2 times the dollar symbol. So this usually means that more people will be playing these because they're on double money. So go ahead and play them. They're always a good way to make money. They might be a bit tricky, but again, you want to do whatever you can at this point. Okay, so now we go ahead and start a mission. So when you click mission, you'll be taken into a different lobby. Sometimes it takes a while to load, so just bear that in mind. You might be sort of waiting in the server for a while for the mission to load. It doesn't always take long. Like now, it didn't take too long. We just got put straight into the mission. And now, once you're in the mission, just wait for the host to launch it, and that's it. Off you go. The mission starts. Okay, so once you're in the mission, there'll be instructions on the screen telling you what to do. In this case, it's telling us to repo the Dominator. That just means steal the car. So this is pretty easy. This one is pretty straightforward. You just go over to the car, make sure to take out the enemies, and also keep an eye on the fact that you only have a certain amount of lives. So just try your best not to die. Also use cover when you can, and make sure you've got plenty of good weapons. And that's it. Just go ahead and complete the mission. Okay, so we're just about to finish the mission. And with these missions, you won't get that much money. It'll be about 5 to 15k, depending on what mission it is you're doing. So once you finish, you enter a cutscene, and then this is where you get paid. And in this instance, I think we got about, it was 10k for this one we got. So not that much money, but if you keep doing these over and over again, it will start to stack up and you'll make quite a bit of money. So whenever you finish a mission, you'll get greeted with this screen here. It says vote on the next job. Basically, you just click on whatever job you want to do, and if whatever job gets clicked on the most, which has the most votes, will be the next job. So it's pretty straightforward. You just do a mission, finish it, vote on the next job, and then do the next mission. And that's how to do contact missions. And as I said earlier, these missions don't really pay that much. They only pay between 5 and 15k at the most. So it's a good start. It's a good way to start making money, but there's still other methods you can do as a low level to get you much better money than these missions. So we'll go on to those now. Okay, so now we're going to move on to VIP work. And the good thing about this is that you can do this in free roam. You haven't got to load into a lobby and sort of go through a cutscene. You can just go straight into doing it. So what you're going to want to do is pull up the interaction menu, go down to Secure Serve and click register as a VIP. On my screen it says CEO because I own an office, but because you don't own an office, on your screen it will say VIP. So once you do that, you go to VIP work and you'll notice there's a load of jobs that you can do. Also, you'll notice that some won't be available to you. This is because you have to own certain vehicles in order to access these jobs. So on my screen, most of these jobs are available to me because I own the vehicles, but because you're a low level, you won't own these vehicles. But you can still do some jobs. These include headhunter, air freight, haulage, hostile takeover, asset recovery, executive deathmatch, executive search, and sightseer. Now the best ones to do include sightseer, haulage, hostile takeover, and headhunter. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is going to be sightseer. Now this one basically involves you driving around the map and collecting 3 packages. It makes it much easier if you've got a helicopter, so come to this location here, and usually there will be a chopper that spawns here. If there isn't a chopper here, then simply go to the airport. I'll just show you where it is on the map right now. So the airport is just here. Go to this sort of area and there should be some sort of helicopter there. Just use that. Once you're ready, once you've found a helicopter, just start up the mission, and you'll notice it says use the Sightseer app to find the next package. So all you do is go to your phone, go to that little pink symbol in the corner, and it's just this number combination thing. You just find the correct combination and then the package will be revealed. When you check the map to see the package, it will appear as a little green symbol like that. In this case, it spawns at the docks, so simply just fly over to the docks and collect the package. Once you've collected the package, use the Sightseer app again and do this letter hacking thingy. It's pretty easy, just line the letters up with a blue line and then the next package will be revealed. Okay, now just go and collect the second package, and then you'll be using the Sightseer app again to find the last package. This one's pretty easy, just line them up with that red line, and then the last package will be revealed. Go over and collect that, and that's it, the mission's complete. And now you've collected the last package and the mission's complete. You should get around 23k for this. However, on my screen, you'll see that I got 46k. This is not because this is the usual pay. They've just put these missions on double money for this week. Because remember I said at the start of the video, some events will be on double money. This week, it happens to be VIP work that's on double money. So if you're watching this now, then make sure to take advantage of this because it won't be on double money forever. It'll only be for this week. Usually you'd get around 22 to 23k, but in this instance I got 40k. So when you do this mission, as I said, most of the time it's 20k. So bear that in mind. Okay, so now we're going to start the next VIP work. This one's called Haulage. And just be aware that with VIP works, there is a cooldown time between jobs. You can't just do them back to back. You have to wait, I think it's about 5 to 10 minutes in order to start up another job. So I waited for the cooldown time and now I started up Haulage. This one's pretty straightforward. You just get a truck and pull a trailer from one location to another. If you don't own a truck, don't worry. The game will provide you with a truck. As you can see, there's one in the background there. But in this instance, I'm using my own truck because I do happen to own one. So you just connect to the trailer like I'm doing now, and you just simply deliver it to the drop-off. It's that easy. You'll get probably around, I think it's about 22 to 23k. On my screen, it will say something like 40k because remember, the missions are on double money. And that's pretty much it. There's nothing more to say. You just take the trailer, deliver it to the drop-off, and that's it. Mission over. So we're just about to deliver the trailer to the drop-off. It took us about 5 minutes, and I think we get paid about 44k for that. But remember to halve that because it's on double money this week, so you would have got around 22k. And afterwards, you can start up another VIP work. Just remember you've got a cooldown time of about 5 minutes. And as I'm sure you can tell, these are much better pay than doing contact missions, because remember, contact missions, you have to load into a lobby. You've got to wait for the mission to start, and they usually take much longer. They may even be a bit harder, and you get paid less. So VIP work is always better than contact missions. But here's the thing, you can only be a VIP for 4 hours every day. So once you've used up the 4 hours, you have to wait until the next day in order to register as a VIP again and then do VIP work. So I guess in the meantime, you could just do missions or other stuff. You could try doing adversary modes. They might not pay as well. It's just like a team versus team thing. You have to like kill each other. But at this point, you just want to get as much money as you can. Alright, so the next one that we're going to start is called Headhunter. Now this one's quite tricky because you have to take out targets that will be shooting at you. And in order to do this, you're going to need to have a weaponised vehicle. Otherwise, it will take you literally ages and you probably won't even complete it. So if you don't own a vehicle, you can always come to the airport and look for a buzzard. This is what I'm in right now. Now, the buzzard won't always spawn there. If it doesn't spawn there, then you just have to look somewhere else, maybe at the helipad. Or just come back to the airport and it should spawn there eventually. So with this, you simply just fly around the map and take out the targets. There'll be 2 on the ground, which are somewhat easy to take out. And there'll be 2 in vehicles. Now, the vehicles are quite hard to take out because they're shooting at you, and they'll probably shoot you out the buzzard if you get too close. Okay, so we just take out the first target here. Now we've got 3 more to do. Now beware that the missile accuracy on the buzzard is pretty bad, and with this one I actually missed about probably 15 times before I actually managed to assassinate the target. So just make sure that you're facing the target and try to manually aim the buzzard, in the general direction of where the target is, that'll mean you've got a greater chance of actually hitting them first time, because the missiles are actually pretty bad. Okay, there we go. We took out the final target, 43k, but next week it'll be about 22k. Okay, so once you've saved up enough money, the next thing you're going to think is, what should I spend that money on? Well, the next thing you should do is buy a small garage or an apartment, depending on how much you've got. You should buy a small garage, go to Money and Services, go to Dynasty 8 Executive, and then you'll see there's these little house icons. These are apartments, although the ones I'm looking at now in that little circle are really expensive ones. Little garage symbols are those little symbols on the map that look like little ladders. As you see, if I click on one now, you just go down like that, and then just zoom in a bit. These little things here are garages, and they're actually quite cheap. You can buy, maybe don't go for a 10-car one just yet, because that's quite expensive. Go for a small one, maybe one that costs about sort of 60k. Like that, look, 29k for a 2-car garage. Just buy one of those, and then you can buy a car off the Legendary Motorsport or something. But again, don't spend too much money, because at this point you want to save as much money as you possibly can. Okay, so here's where you can buy a relatively cheap car that's quite fast actually. It's called the Sultan RS, so all you do is you go to Benny's Original Motorworks, and if you scroll down you should see it there. It's only about, I think it's, 12k. You don't have to buy this one, you could go to Legendary Motorsport and buy a different one, but this is just one example of a cheap car that's relatively fast and that has pretty good handling. Okay, so the next thing on your list to buy is going to be a CEO office, and this is going to be very expensive. You're going to have to save up to quite a lot in order to get this, because this is going to cost you $1 million. So it'll probably take you a couple of days, maybe even a week to save up, depending on how much you play. So let's just say you've saved up by doing VIP worker missions. In order to buy one, you go to Money and Services, you go to Dynasty 8 Executive this time, enter site, and there's 4 offices to buy. Now, the most expensive one is going to be $4 million. Don't bother buying that, because it's just a waste of money. The next one's 2.2, this one's 3.1, and the one that I own, which is the one in green, is 1 million. Once you buy it, you can choose to renovate it, choose what you want to call your organisation name. Mine's called Death Squad. You don't have to have a gun locker or a safe or an accommodation, they're not really worth it. Also, you can choose an interior decor that you want. Again, you don't need it, you don't have to have it, it's just basically an accessory. But once you've bought the CEO office, that's the main thing. You've bought the office, and from now on you can start making quite a bit of money. Also, by buying an office, it's like kind of the foundation to building an even bigger business, because once you've got the office, even though more businesses will cost you more money, you can start to save up for those businesses, and with those you can generate even more money than you could with just an office alone. So now that you've got an office, you can now go to SecureServe and it will say register as a CEO, not VIP. This means that you can actually be a CEO for as long as you want, not 4 hours this time. So if you want, you can be a CEO for 8 or even 12 hours, depending on how long you want to play the game. And you don't have to wait until the next day. You haven't got a limited amount of time you can do VIP work. You can just keep doing them over and over again. There'll still be a cooldown time, and you'll still only be able to have access to the same jobs. But the thing is now that you can just do them continuously, and you don't have to worry about not being able to do them after 4 hours. Okay, so once you're inside your CEO office, you'll notice there's a desk with a computer on it. This allows you to buy certain businesses, which will really help you make even more money in the future. So go ahead and just sit down and press right on the D-pad. So once you log in, you'll see there are 3 different options. So let's just go ahead and log in now. So there's special cargo, vehicle cargo, and special vehicle work. Click on vehicle cargo and then go to the vehicle cargo map. When you click all, you'll notice there are a load of different vehicle cargo warehouses you can buy. The cheapest one is 1.5 million, which is the one that most people tend to buy. The reason I don't have this is because, first of all, everyone's got it, so you have loads of players around there, and there seems to be this NPC gang that spawns around there, and they're really annoying because they tend to shoot at you a lot. The one that I own is that green one there. Basically, whatever one you own will be displayed in green, so there's mine, the green one, and my office is displayed in green just up the map there. So you can buy the cheapest one if you want, it's not really a problem, most people have it, or you can save up a bit more to buy one that's in a better location for you. It's really up to you which one you buy. So once you buy a vehicle warehouse, you can now steal cars, certain cars. You launch a mission, you steal the car, and then you deliver it to the warehouse. then you sell the car for a profit. And with this, by stealing the right cars, you can actually make 80 grand every 20 minutes. It's a really good way to make money, and I see loads of people doing it. Okay, so now we're going to go on to how this business actually works. Basically, what happens is when you source a vehicle, it will start up a mission and you have to go and steal that car. So there are three different, I guess, what do you call them, types of cars, or three different categories of cars, and they are standard range, mid-range and top range. Now, the maximum profits for standard range is 30k, for mid-range it's 50k, and for top range it's 80k. So when you go to source a vehicle, it's completely random what you get, whether you get standard, mid-range or top range. And that kind of sucks because obviously you're going to want to always get top range. But in fact, there is a way to sort of cheat the system to always give you top range cars. And I've made a video explaining how to always get top range. So go ahead and check that out. I'll link it in the description so you can go and watch it now. But anyway, once you start the mission, you just go ahead and steal the car. Sometimes there'll be enemies surrounding the car, maybe cops or stuff, so just make sure to take them out and don't damage the car too much. Then just bring it back to the warehouse and you're ready to sell. Now bear in mind, you can only sell a car every 20 minutes. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for the 20-minute cooldown, you could do VIP work in between, you could get even more money. Okay, so now you go ahead and just steal the car. On this occasion, there weren't any enemies at the scene, so I just got in the car and steal it. Now, be aware, there is a damage bill, and if you crash the car too much or you get shot too much, that damage bill shoots up quite quickly, and you can end up actually getting a damage bill of 10 or even 20 grand if you're not careful. So make sure you don't crash at all, or just, drive as safely as possible. Make sure that repair cost doesn't go up too much. Okay, so here we deliver the car to the warehouse and we're ready to sell it. Okay, so when you get to your warehouse, you go over to your computer here and you just log in and you go filter by range, and you see there's standard, mid-range or top range. So we're going to go to top range, and then what you do is you click on export, then you click on the export at the top of the page, and you'll notice there's three different options: private dealer, showroom and specialist. Obviously the best one is specialist dealer because you sell the car for 100k and you pay 20k, so it's an 80k profit. The private and the showroom, just don't bother with that. I never see anyone doing that. I honestly don't understand why anyone would choose to sell a car for 40k when you can just sell it for 80k. So obviously always go for specialist dealer, and that's it. That's how to sell the car. Okay, so just to clarify, this is how you should do it. So what you should do is you should source 3 or just as many top range cars as you want, and then you sell one. So you sell one for 80k, and remember there's a 20-minute cooldown time. So in that time, you can probably do 2 VIP works, maybe try doing Headhunter and Sightseer, and that'll get you another 40k, and then sell another top range car once the 20 minutes is over, and then again do some more VIP work, wait for the 20 minutes, and then sell another top range car. Just rinse and repeat this method and you should make a lot of money. You could probably make maybe around 300k every hour. And with that, you can save it up to buy more businesses or more properties. And that's pretty much it. That's how to go from broke to rich if you're a low level player. This will take you maybe a matter of weeks. But anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this guide. And if you've watched all of it, then all I can say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.